Returning to our top story now, and an apology from Pope Francis for the conduct of some members of the Roman Catholic Church in Canada's residential school system. His words follow a week of talks with First Nations, Inuit and Métis delegations. Colleen Cardinal is a 60s scoop survivor and co-founder of the National Indigenous Survivors of Child Welfare Network, and she joins us now. Colleen, thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling a little on edge, a little bit. I'm still processing the apology and what it means.
What was your initial reaction to hearing what Pope Francis said? I mean, in his apology, he used very specific language, apologizing for the conduct of some members of the Catholic Church. He didn't apologize for the Church's role as a whole in residential schools. What does that tell you?
Like you, I listened very well to the words. So the acknowledgement of the wrongdoing and the evilness that was committed against our ancestors, my mother, my aunties and uncles, and all those who attended and had their spirits broken. I'm still deciphering what the words mean and letting them resonate before I kind of move forward with that. It's kind of a shock. I don't think any of us were expecting an apology from the Pope. So I'm just reflecting on what it would mean, my parents, to my relatives that attended Blue Quills Residential School, and resonating with how that might make them feel, if they were alive today.
On the surface, do you feel that the apology was genuine and heartfelt?
I do believe the Pope, it was a genuine, heartfelt apology. I feel like, listening to survivor stories, how can you not be affected? They're horrendous. And I really have great respect for the survivors who traveled to Rome. But I do believe that the Pope should have actually came here and came to us and asked, Indigenous people as a whole for forgiveness for what they've done to us.
I know the Pope also said he does hope to visit Canada, where perhaps another apology could happen. What do you think of that?
I think it'd be good if he came here. I think that he needs to visit the graves. I think that he needs to see what the schools look like and have survivors take him through the school and ask us for forgiveness and on our lands instead of us going to him.
Mm-hmm. I know we talk about an apology, but often an apology is followed by actions. You spoke about some of them there. What other actions do you think need to be taken now?
Well, I feel like the Pope is, I listened to his words, and he was right to feel sorry and to feel shame for the actions of the Catholic leaders who were responsible to educate our ancestors. But I think what needs to happen is accountability. And in Canada, if anyone sexually or physically assaults you, you would be criminally responsible and charged and tried in the courts. And the church has hidden the crimes of these abusers for all this time. Dead or not, they need to be named, shamed, and charged. And that needs to happen. Some accountability needs to happen for the survivors who were hurt.
Mm-hmm. How would you like to see that visit go if the Pope does come to Canada? What would be sort of the ideal scenario for you?
I haven't really thought about that. Mm-hmm. I think that, the Pope coming to do ceremony with our people, with our leaders, and meet the generations that have been affected, like the 60s scoop survivors, the millennial scoop survivors, to see what the church, how much damage the church has done to our nations.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your perspective on this today. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Colleen Cardinal is herself a 60s scoop survivor and co-founder of the National Indigenous Survivors of Child Welfare Network.